Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, so the WNBA draft starts today at 5 o'clock. And there's going to be less than excitement about it, I guess, because we already had that last year with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Rika Jackson, Cameron Brink. This draft is a little bit hyped, for the names that's in there. But the most noticeable name in this draft lottery will be Paige Bueckers. And it's going to be where Paige is going to go. Now, I think Paige is a pretty good athlete. Not athlete, but good player. Now, she has had her share of injuries. We already know that UConn is one of them schools that they players can't do no wrong. They always have a stacked roster. They always make sure they star players a few players gets into the NBA or the WNBA. And, they are, I guess, a lot of people don't respect UConn, especially Coach Gino O'Meara. But nevertheless, we're going to have Paige Bueckers. We already know Paige Bueckers' background. We already know Paige Bueckers did her SB speech. So, they're looking for anybody that come in to try to replace Caitlin Clark, which that's not going to happen. Caitlin Clark is one of one. She's one of the few that can move everything. And I say move everything. I'm like Usher's song, Moving Mountains. That's Caitlin Clark. But it's not going to stop these few people to come out here and compare Paige to Caitlin. Now, Paige and Caitlin go way back, but some say, hey, Paige was better than Caitlin. Paige was Caitlin before Caitlin. But we left that to another different debate. So it comes down to where Paige Bueckers is going to go. Now, 3 teams that comes to mind. A lot of people keep saying, well, the Chicago Sky, if they get Paige Bueckers, watch out, she's going to be paired with Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo. And it don't even matter if the Chicago Sky gets the lottery pick, because they will have to get that pick up to the Dallas Wings. So, with that being said, they could, if Chicago got the first, let's explain this to you. If Chicago was get the lottery pick, the number one pick in the lottery, it would be pretty much a slap in the face, because they have to get that pick to the Wings. And then the Wings will be in a position to draft Paige Bueckers. Now, 3 teams that Paige Bueckers could go to is LA, Washington, and Dallas. And now I'm going to break each one of them down to you, because the fact of the matter is that if Paige Bueckers was to go to either one of these teams, then how will her play start? All right, so let's go to Washington Mystics. You already have her UConn mate there, Leah Edwards. So that will pretty much bring her in. You can easily start a front court with Leah Edwards and Paige Bueckers. Paige plays more of a shooting guard, small forward type of deal. She's not really a traditional point guard as Caitlin Clark is. So you probably, I think Vandersloot is a free agent, but I do believe she might resign. So you have somebody like, you still need a point guard, pretty much to say. And you will have a front court where now Aaliyah Edwards don't have to, she'll have more touches, better opportunity to score because you have somebody like Paige Bueckers that could pretty much garner a little bit of attention. I mean, Paige is pretty tall. She's pretty tall, but she's a slim body. How her little frame is going to hold up against that beating with these big women in the W, it's going to be remain to be seen. Because the fact of the matter is that Paige Bueckers, she's not built like Caitlin. Caitlin is a little bit sturdy. Caitlin puts on muscle because she's a little more lower gravity. Paige, she's a little bit slender, a little, slightly. She can move around a little bit quicker. But that will help the Mystic a little bit better. Now, it's just because of the market, it's going to be different. Because Paige will be in the DC area. She won't be in one of these big markets like LA, Chicago, or New York. But she definitely will be in the DC area market, and how the fans would treat her. I think they'll treat her pretty well. I think the Washington Mystics has a pretty good young team coming up. They just need a couple more pieces. There'll be a few. Now, the Mystics did play pretty solid this year. They made it tough on some teams. And they also had the best scoring bench in the league for the season. So if you add a person like Paige Bueckers that can help a little bit the front court scoring, it would benefit a little bit better. But I still say they still will be a couple of pieces away. Now, let's look at the Chicago Sky. The Chicago Sky, once they made that trade with Marina Mabrey, that pretty much nullified everything that the Chicago Sky want to do, because their cornerstone is, they just hired a new coach, Tyler Marsh. Angel Reese will be representing the Chicago Sky in the lottery draft. But the thing about it is, they're going to build around Angel Reese and Cardozo. So then you got the Kennedy Carter situation, whether she's going to stay, whether she's going to go. It's still some uncertainty there. There's a lot of still uncertainty with the Chicago Sky. Will Paige be able to have a voice? Will Paige be able to live in the limelight? Will Paige be able to share the spotlight with Angel Reese, who is going to be front and center? Now, like I said, a lot of things could work out for Paige, and a lot of things is going to work against Paige. And her speaking on her platform was one of the biggest hits that could ever hit to her career, because as she kind of stayed true to herself while pandering to the masses, she could have came into the league with a little bit more hype. She doesn't have that hype about her this year and previous years that she had before, because now she did that SB speech, and it kind of, to me, I feel like it took a hit, because now she has to pander and play to these black women into the league. And if you was to play on the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese was going to be the voice of that team. Paige will have a voice. She will have to take a back seat. Then her game could suffer as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is that she tried to win, say she was on track to win Rookie of the Year, how her numbers will play out. Especially you have to feed the ball to Angel Reese, Cardozo. You'll have to play, you won't be able to play guard. You will have to play shooting guard. You probably will come off the bench if they kept Kennedy Carter there. Then you have to deal with Kennedy Carter if she's on that team, how her attitude towards her. So it would be a lot for Paige Bueckers to deal with in that setting with the Chicago Sky. So would it make the Sky a little bit better? Yeah, but not as great. I mean, the Chicago Sky can't get people to come there, and people is not going to come to that organization because you're going to have to. Tyler Marshall will have to prove himself this year and next year to see if anybody, because you still got 2 expansion teams coming in behind them. Then you might have a couple more coming too. So the level of talent is going to be stretched far and beyond. And by the time Juju gets into the league, she'll probably be on one of those expansion teams, and she'll be front and center of that team. Can Paige carry a team? That's the question. We haven't seen her able to because she had Nika Mew, she had Leah Edwards with her last year. She wasn't front and center like Caitlin Clark was. She wasn't front and center like Angel Reese was. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, can she carry a team? We have not seen a UConn player carry a team because they always had players stacked up. So with that being said, the answer to that is no. Now, let's move on to the Dallas Wings. The Dallas Wings, and like I said, the Dallas Wings and Chicago Sky is going to be linked together in this lottery. Because if the Wings gets the number 1 lottery pick, then it all bets off. But if Chicago Sky gets it, they have to get that pick to the Wings. So, but how Paige will play with the Wings? Well, that's still another question as opposed to the other 2 teams. You got Arike Umuwale, that's a ball dominant player. You see how that was when Satu Sabli came back from being injured. She got her points, but at the same time, and then if you draft Paige Bueckers, then you could replace her with Satu, losing Satu, and you could probably bring Ryan Howard back. Then you have Ryan Howard playing power forward, and then you have Paige. Well, you could have Ryan Howard still play small forward position, and you could still have Paige play the shooting guard. Then you can still have you have to need a guard. Or you can have to make Paige a point guard, because the fact of the matter is Arike is the shooting guard, Ryan Howard is a small forward. Now you can move Ryan Howard to power forward and then put Paige as a small forward, then just find a point guard. But will Paige get a lot of touches? No, because Ryan Howard and Arike they more ball dominant, and they would definitely command the ball. Paige would be more. She would get some touches, but she would probably be more of a contributor. She won't be like how Satu was, and Paige probably will be the person that replaced Satu, as she get hired on. Because I think they probably want to resign not Ryan Howard, but Natasha Howard. My bad, Natasha Howard. So I think they will resign her, because she'll probably be a little bit cheaper. She's older, and then you have a player like Paige that's on a rookie deal. Then you could get a long-term deal done with Arike, and then you don't have to worry about Sabli. You can allow Sabli to leave in free agency, which that will be a benefit because you have a younger version of Satu. Now, I don't think Paige's game is better than Satu, because Satu is a great passer. She's a great shooter. She plays defense. She's lengthy, and she's quick to the basket. That's something Paige's going to have to develop into in the W. Yeah, we've seen glimpses of her in college, but at the same time, these women are way older and quicker and stronger. So Paige's going to have to adjust to that. Now, can she adjust to the W? That's going to remain to be seen. So now, I just knocked out 3 teams. Now we're going to get to the favorite team that everybody hopes that Paige will go to, and that's the LA Sparks. Now, the LA Sparks, I don't believe they hired a coach yet. I might be missing something, but their coach was Kurt Miller, and now he took the GM job over there in Dallas. So just watch out for that, because if Dallas gets Paige, he definitely will have a good spot. So we'll see about that. But the LA Sparks are in a position to land the number 1 pick. Now everybody's hoping that because of the market. LA is a great market. She'd be in LA base. Now I knew she probably wanted to go to Seattle because UConn team players went to Seattle. But she'd be in the limelight. She'd be there. She won't have no pressure. She'll be there with Cameron Brink, who will be coming back from injury. She'll be there with Rika Jackson. But Paige will probably have to take over the point guard position because Kia Nurse is a free agent, unless they plan on bringing her back. But I don't think so. I think Kia Nurse will go to another team, and she'll go to another team and most likely be picked up on a contender. But Paige will be able to in that role. You'll still have De'Erica Hamby there. You still got some other pieces. Like I said, LA will still be a couple of pieces away. They probably won't make the playoffs. They probably end up being a lottery pick again because their team won't be as strong. Even though you're gonna have Paige Bueckers there, and you definitely not gonna want to put a lot of load on Paige to come out the gate. She just can't carry that burden, that stardom like a Caitlin Clark can. We've seen Caitlin Clark came out the gate and she was averaging 16 to 17 points, even though she was getting beat up on. I don't think Paige is going to get beat up on there, but I do believe there's going to be some players that's going to get her. You see what Alyssa Thomas did to Angel Reese. You see what Alyssa Thomas was doing to Caitlin Clark. Trust me, you play the Connecticut Sun. Trust me, Dejanay Carrington is going to be all up in your grill, probably poke you in your eye. You're going to have Alyssa Thomas knocking you down. You're going to have Marina Raby getting physical with you. So you're going to have all of this dealing with. You're going to have the New York Liberty. You're going to have the Minnesota Lynx. You're going to have the Aces, the Functional Storm team. You're going to have the Washington Mystics that's going to play you physical. They're going to be up in you. You know what I'm saying? And you damn sure you're going to have the Indiana Fever. And that rivalry between her and Caitlin Clark is going to be something special to see because Caitlin Clark is a season now, and she's going on to get better, and Paige's going to have her hands full with Caitlin. She's not going – I can tell you, Caitlin's going to take her lunch in this year. Caitlin's going to embarrass her. I'm just going to say it. Caitlin's going to embarrass Paige on the national stage because people are going to want Paige to get out Caitlin, and Paige is not going to be able to deal with Caitlin. Just going to tell you that off the muscle. But the best fit to me is LA for her because she won't have to have that pressure. She could come into the league. She's going to already have 2 other rookies with her. They could be able to build that team up in the next couple of years because they'll probably be the fastest. They'll probably be the second team to the Fever to be on track to have winning. I think the Fever are going to be way ahead of the Sparks and the Sky because of the coaching situation and who the coach is. So that's going to be an advantage. And the Fever are going to probably be 2 years ahead of what they were expecting them to be last year. For the LA Sparks, they're going to still be able to they're going to have to search their way. Now, like I said, Paige is an amazing player, but she's already had several injuries. Nothing said that she stayed healthy the whole season, but maybe more serious injuries. You could shorten your career. She is now entering a league late, and then she already has high mileage on her body. So that's her wear and tear is going to be, like I said, her frame is so little is that she's going to take a lot of beating. She's going to have to be where she's not like a Kennedy Carter. She's not that quick. She's lanky, rangy, can shoot, but at the same time, if her shots are falling, how well her body's going to endure. You're going to see her wear down. These games will be 44, not as like it was, And then if she has these back-to-back games, which they didn't really play, they don't play that much in college, then you got to think about this also. You might play 4 games straight in the night. Paige, first game might be against Caitlin Clark to start the season off. That's going to be something. So, a lot of people think that she's going to go there because you got to think about it. Lexi Brown or Kia Nurse is, they both free agents. Now, if they sign Kia Nurse back, that's your point guard. Then you can move Paige to shooting guard. Then you could probably put Rika Jackson at small forward. Then you could have Cameron Brink at center. Then you can put De'Aaron Herring at the power forward spot where you have a young starting 5. That would be your starting 5. That's the starting 5 I would roll with because they're going to have to take their lumps at some point in time. That's just it. And then you're going to have Cameron Brink and Paige and Rika Jackson on rookie deals. And it will be the best situation for the Sparks. So, but like I say, her injury history is a very, very concern, with her. She already had surgery on her right ankle and tibial patellar fracture and a laryngeal meniscus tear requiring surgery and a torn ACL and her left knee again requiring surgery. Bueckers has been out of basketball for consideration periods because of this. Yes, she looks to be a franchise-changing acquisition for a team that needs quality point guard, but the team will be rolling the dice and taking a significant risk and had on a player that has had ACL, NCL tears from contact sports, and the stability of the joints is never quite the same afterwards. Those injuries are generally deteriorative and damaging, only gets worse over time. So, but like I said, for a business standpoint, it makes sense for Paige to go to the Sparks. But like I said, her injury history is a very much concern because eventually these games gonna go to probably from 44 to 50 once these other teams get in. And they probably gonna go from 40 to 50 to 55 and probably 60. It's probably gonna cap off at 60. That's the future of the WNBA right now. It's going to be 60 games. And then they probably going to be running into NBA season at this point in time because with so much games, season might get kicked off a little bit earlier, So it's just a lot to ask for one person who, people hype up and say, oh, she's a good player. She this, she that. Yeah, she got a great skill set. But like I said, if you're that injured throughout your college career and coming into a league that is these women known to hard foul you, hit you, beat you up, and all of this stuff, if you just look at Caitlin Clark got the worst. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, Paige is not going to do it as much. She definitely ain't going to endure much physicality as Caitlin did because Caitlin is a marked target. Because nobody wants her to succeed. And she keeps showing them. Paige, she's kind of like got a little easy way in. Certain players like her, But then again, she's not the same color as them either. And if she gets all of this attention, you could see some players, kind of like going after her a little bit. So, and she seems like a nice young lady. I don't think her mind will be able to handle it like Cece will. Cece can navigate this stuff. I don't think Paige. I think it'll mess her up a little bit if she start getting knocked around a lot and not able to do stuff. And I'm just telling you, it's going to happen to her. It's going to happen to her in the season. So anyway, tell me what you think. What's the best fitting for Paige Bueckers? like I said, LA. I think LA is one. The Wings is second. Matter of fact, I take that back. I think LA is first. I think the Mystics is second, then the Wings. Chicago Sky has no chance. Until then, like, comment, subscribe. This your boy Livewire, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.